Should be getting the notification here in just a moment. I've been asking for years for somebody to write me a theme song for my whole times, and nobody has come through yet. Come on, you gotta have some musicians out there somewhere in the spiritual world.
Unicorns and coffee, Valerie. Hey, hey, and then repeat.
Okay. I should have had that recorded. Thank you. Oh, I do have it recorded. I'm gonna go back and catch that little clip right off of YouTube. I'll credit you. I'll credit you for the vocals. All right, welcome everyone. It is Magical Monday Manifestation. I am your host, psychic medium, goddess extraordinaire, Valerie Lewis. And on Mondays, we come together. It's called Magical Monday Manifestations for a reason. As I was preparing for today's call and asking Spirit if they had any insight into what direction the call would take, the readings would take, the only thing I was reminded of is the title of this event. It's called Manifestations for a Reason. Spirit was like, I know y'all got some things going on down there, especially in the US of A. But you do this every morning to remind the populace that they are beautiful and magical creators and manifestors. And that extends beyond what we think it does. Like a lot of you are like, yeah, I'm working on manifesting a car or a job or a spouse. But there's things out in their world that I can't manifest. There's things out in the world that are not up to me, Spirit. And Spirit is coming back in this moment and saying, what? That's not how this works. You can create your own reality. If you don't like what's going on in the reality, and that includes all of reality, you have the ability to change and shift that. And if you are fed up with your current reality, switch to a different one. Switch to a different one. We truly need to step back into our power as manifestors, as creators, and stop putting limits on how much we can manifest and how much we can create. So that was the overall message that came through. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. It is Monday, November 4th. First Monday of the month, so I want to catch everybody up on what's going on November for me. We have officially, November 1st was our official switch over to the new platform. It's WHOP, WOP.com, WOP.com hyphen Valerie, WOP.com /Valerie hyphen Lewis. Jacqueline, that is a link that you can drop over for me, please, if you have that. So that is the new platform for everything, basically. You can find your membership there. Please join, even if you join on the free membership, because that is how I'm going to keep in touch with you. Please start going to that website to find events, because I am only going to be on Meetup for about a month and a half more. And then you're going to have to be on WOP or Facebook in order to see my upcoming events. So everything is switching and shifting. The membership is already rocking and rolling and going on that new website. And pretty soon, all of my events will be posted on that website only, as I am leaving Meetup. I say I am leaving Meetup, and every time I make that announcement, all of my friends who are still on Meetup are like, no, don't leave. So they are kind of working behind the scenes to see if they can keep me on Meetup. I personally am done with Meetup. They have increased their charges and decreased their service, and that is not a good combo for me. So I will be leaving Meetup unless something else, the universe decides that I'm supposed to stay. So please make sure you are connected to me on WOP.com. At the very least, make sure you are on my newsletter so that you can keep up to date on all of the ongoing events, courses, classes. WOP.com is where you can go for everything. So the membership is there, my events are there, any courses that I'm doing are there. You can schedule readings with me there. That's where you can go for everything. Speaking of readings, let me talk real briefly about my November specials. I'm going to be in Denver at the end of the week. I'm actually going to be in Denver as of Wednesday evening, but on Saturday, November 9th is when I am doing the Awkwardly Zen annual 11/11 fair. They do fairs throughout the month, but this is their big shebang fair that they do once every year. I will be a reader at that fair and also helping out with the Awkwardly Zen lead team, as I'm a member of that lead team as well. So please come see me at the fair. My rates at the fair are going to be only $25 for a 10-minute reading. What? Yes. Please come see me at the fair and take advantage of those readings. And I know you're saying, Valerie, I'm nowhere near Denver. I wish I was close to Denver because I would spend $25 for a reading from you. Guess what? This month, I have decided to offer that and extend those special prices to the general public through my November specials. So even though it's not the exact same price because I have to pay processing fees, it's very, very close. So you can pay $30 for a 10-minute read. That's the equivalent to getting your fair prices from me. And then it's $44 for a 15-minute read and $88 for a 30-minute read, which are very, very drastically reduced from my normal pricing. And that's going to run throughout the entire month of November. So please take advantage of that. Another reason why I'm doing that is because it's my birthday month. And many of you know, some of you know, back in 2020, when all of this started for me, as far as offering services to other people, I started as a tarot reader. Y'all know I said tarot is my gateway drug. I started as a tarot reader and I started in November. And for my birthday, I gifted everyone else a free tarot reading as I was getting up to speed and figuring out if it was something I wanted to do. So that's how this all started. So I'm kind of sort of bringing that back with discounted prices. I can't give it away for free anymore, y'all. But for discounted prices for my birthday month, it's my way of giving back and letting some people who might not be able to always schedule with me at those greatly discounted prices. Last thing I want to hit on is the membership. Again, while I have you all captive, waiting with bated breath for me to finally get around to the tarot card readings, I want to hit on the membership again because I'm really going to start pouring my energy and focus and intentions into the membership and wanting to grow that membership. That membership, you can find it on WAP.com. It's a monthly membership, $22 a month at the lowest level and $44 a month at the highest level. And what you get is me once a week. Either level, you get me once a week. The highest level gets me once a week, plus an additional group card read and entry into one of my most popular energy sessions. But even at $22 a week, you get me pouring into you in an instructional and open forum type of situation once a week. Those are private, small, closed groups. If you like my teachings, if you've ever come to my events and you're like, oh my God, I really like how she phrases things, that's what we do once every week on Wednesday. So please take advantage of that membership. Check it out. There's a free 7 days on the $22 level and a free 14 days on the $44 level. So you can join, come to one of the sessions, see if you like it, decide if you want to stay. All right, I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say before we finally, hey, it's 11:11 here. Perfect timing. It's 11:11 here. We're going to finally get into the readings. I'm going to sit for just a moment asking Spirit which deck I need to go to. Interesting. Oh, I know what it is. So starting out with the tarot card, this is a group pull. So I invite you to take a moment, maybe close your eyes, take a deep breath, send your intentions, your questions, your asks, your inquiries out to the universe, higher self, whatever that energy is that is bigger and wiser than you. Send those questions out, sit in that energy for just a moment so I can pick up on that energy. And then once you feel as if you have sufficiently asked all your questions, shut that shit off because you cannot ask and receive at the same time. So now we're going to turn on our receiving antenna and we're going to prepare ourselves, set the intentions that we are ready to receive the answers, the guidance, the wisdom from Spirit. We're going to go to the tarot first, and then I will pull oracle cards. And I am going to go ahead and spotlight myself. Maybe. Here we go. Let's do that. The deck that I'm using is Tarot of the Dragons. Tarot of the Dragons. A little fire energy. How did that new moon treat y'all? First of the month and a new moon? And a new moon is Scorpio. Scorpio is one of those more interesting signs. Scorpio likes diving deep, subconscious, won't stop at surface level, transformation, What else do I know about Scorpio? The house associated with taboos. So it may have brought up some weird energies for you, but hopefully you used that energy and really got beneath the surface to maybe figure out what's going on with you in your life and be able to clear out some things that aren't serving you. And setting your intentions for the new month. Okay, I've got our tarot cards. Let's turn them over and see what messages we have. I feel like I should have my glasses on. I don't know why I can't see these cards today. Starting out the week, Knight of Pentacles. That's a good card for me to start out the week on. But let me explain what Knight of Pentacles are. Pentacles is that earth energy, that grounding energy, that energy that says this is what is in your 3D reality created world. The stuff you can see, touch, taste, feel, experience. The stuff that you can experience, not your thoughts, not your mind, not your wishes, but the stuff that is literally surrounding you in this actual physical world. That's the word I was trying to get to. Physical world, physical manifestations. Pentacles talks about that. And knights are the actionaries of the tarot. So knights are asking you to move into action regarding your manifestations, which makes sense because we just had a new moon. We just set our intentions. And a lot of you set your intentions. I feel like I'm fussing at you. I'm going to fuss at you anyway. It doesn't matter. That's the word Spirit is giving me. So Spirit is fussing at you. Don't shoot the messenger. A lot of you set your intentions and then sit back and wait without taking any action whatsoever. I used to do that too because I used to think that's the way it worked. That's not the way it works. You set your intentions, inspired action, not working hard action, not sweating, not toiling, not struggling, not all of those things that we associate with not wanting to move into action, but inspired action. Those actions that feel like a little gentle nudge that feels like, ooh, that would be fun. How many of y'all follow your fun? Or instead, do you just do the things that you have to do to get through the day? Because those, ooh, that will be fun ideas that come to you throughout the day, that is inspired action. So this Knight of Pentacles is saying, Spirit is saying to all of us, I saw you. I heard all of the intentions that you set, whether that was this morning, the new moon, your entire life. I hear you. And if you want to move towards calling those things into your life, living that reality, it is time for you to move into action, inspired action. Knights are calling you to action, and they're calling you to action in the area of what do you want to physically manifest in this world. So spend some time thinking about how inspired action shows up to you, and then follow it. And then right after the Knight, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So Spirit is coming at us hard regarding these manifestations that we've been asking about. Do you really want what you say you want? What are you willing to do for what you say you want? Because all Spirit is asking us to do is to follow inspired action. Inspired action feels like excitement, it feels like fun, feels like joy, feels like ease and flow. It doesn't sound like Spirit is asking too much of us. But most of us are distracted by the things that we tell ourselves we have to do that don't feel like any of those things. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is divine feminine aspect. Divine feminine is about receiving. Are we asking and then moving into the position to receive what we have asked for? The Queen of Pentacles is asking you to move into the receiving mode of the things that you have been asking to manifest around you. The Queen of Pentacles also represents abundance. Here we see she has all these hatchlings that are getting ready to hatch. She's got bunny rabbits. Bunny rabbits in the tarot often represent abundance, fertility. So the Queen of Pentacles is used to surrounding herself with abundance, with the infinite opportunities available in this physically manifested world, and she doesn't worry about anything. She's very in tune with nature. She understands the cycles of death and rebirth. She doesn't worry about anything. She's the queen. She just receives, receives, receives. Have you been spending too much time asking and not shutting that off and switching into the receiving mode? Because although Spirit is asking for us to move into inspired action, that inspired action is positioning us so that we can receive what we've asked for. Divine Feminine. Are you receiving or are you still asking? And then we have the Lovers card right in the middle of the deck. The Lovers card. I like this. Maybe y'all been trying to manifest relationships, connections. This is a good sign. This is also a good sign of your own connection with yourself. Do you need a little bit of self-care, a little bit of self-love? Where is love showing up or not showing up in your life? Where do you feel your life could use a little more love? If you're saying, I don't know, Valerie, where do you have difficulties and challenges in your life? Those are the areas that could use a little bit more love. Do you have financial challenges? Love it. Shed some love on your finances. Do you have other challenges with people, places, and things? Do you have challenges at your job? Find out what you can love about that job that will shift the energy. I'm going to go to the book on this one to see what this particular artist and author says about the lovers, because I like that card. I like how it shows. Let me show you the card again. One on the land and one in water, and two different dragons. And you see it repeated too. We have the koi fish there, those birds getting it on. Let's see what the book says. Love, to paraphrase Plato, is the desire to meet one's mirror self and know completeness. Ooh, the desire to meet one's mirror self and know completeness. If ever two dragons contemplate, if ever two dragons, hold on, y'all. Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling when my glasses are right here on my desk? If ever two dragons complemented each other, it's these trysting two, male and female, earth and water, warm and cool, sacred and profane. Flanked by a joyful blessing of cranes, the sire emerges from the woods. Scales shimmering with ochre and bronze, he sports a mane as soft as finest silk, and his horns are charmed and polished to perfection. The queen, all cool and blues and glistening silver, rises from her watery realm to greet him. Lotus blossoms symbolic of enlightenment and mystic purity dot the pool's surface, while a pair of koi radiant and fortune with the spirit of transformation circle each other in the shadows. Transformation, that Scorpio moon, that was all about transformation. As earth touches water, so the dragons touch each other in a soft whiskered kiss. Their bodies coil in serpentine fashion, suggesting the curved duality of yin and yang. Dragons are masters of balance and harmony, especially when it arises from the joy of finding their other half and forming a whole greater than its parts. This is a quest to wed mind and heart, body and soul, inner peace and outer discord. Yet no quest is easy. Along the way, there are temptations, choices, and difficulties. Full of yearning, passion, and desire, the Lovers honors both the union and the struggle. It celebrates the eternal connection that comes on the breath of a whisker kiss when you gaze at the other and recognize yourself. Like the lotus, love allows understanding to bloom, and where you are understood, there you are home. As the Chinese proverb says, love is not about possession, it's about appreciation. As romantic as the lovers seem at first blush, remember that love is varied and expansive. Your destined union is not necessarily a romantic one, because I feel like a lot of what they just explained is a lot of what we need to focus in on ourselves, first of all. You need to be able to love yourself in that way, looking within yourself to find the two parts, looking within yourself to find that completeness. When you feel whole, finding someone else in the outer world that complements that and reflects that wholeness back to you, oh, that's chef's kiss. That's the best. That's the best. So work on that self-love and then see where in this world can that be reflected back to me. Okay, so that's the Lovers card. I spent a little bit more time on the Lovers card because, oh, this is very interesting. Because Major Arcana is the Major Arcana, and Major Arcana affects all areas of our life. So whereas the first two cards were focused in on our physical manifestations, the Pentacles, then this card is focused on all areas of our life. What areas of our life need more love? self, something external, what areas of your life need more love. I find it very interesting as I look at the whole spread. I hadn't really looked ahead to see what the cards were. We have 2 pentacles, and then we have 3 major arcana. So being that the only minor arcana are of the same suit, we're really going to be working on our manifestations this week collectively. So ask yourself, what do you want to manifest? Especially with tomorrow being what tomorrow is. When you wake up on Wednesday morning, what universe do you want to be in? What reality do you want to be in? Choose that now. I guarantee you, when you wake up on Wednesday morning, if you are doing your due diligence and aligning with that and setting your intentions, you will wake up in the reality that you want to wake up in. Fuck what everybody else wakes up in. Make sure you're waking up in the reality that you want to wake up in. And that is how you create your own reality. So don't pay too much attention to, I've got to control the outside world. No, you've got to control yourself. You've got to set your intentions. What do you decide that you want to expect? What do you decide that you want to experience? And then set the intentions that that is what you are going to experience. And you will wake up and experience that. I promise you. How do I know? Because I've done it. And because Spirit told me that's how it's done. All right. Next up, so that was the Lover's card. Next up is the Moon. The Moon is about those subconscious things, but the Moon is also a very watery card. So it's about our emotions. The Moon could be understood to be divine feminine, whereas the Sun would be divine masculine. So we've got the divine feminine of asking us to be receptive, coming into our reading again in a different form, but still there. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, which is what most decks are based upon symbol-wise, there is usually a dog and a wolf represented, a dog and a wolf. One representing the domesticated part of ourselves, and the other part representing the wild part of ourselves, the part that likes to howl at the moon, the excitement, the fire part of ourselves. It's interesting that this one looks like it's representing a young tiger cub and then a more mature tiger cub. I'm not quite sure what that imagery means, so I might go to the book on this one. But in any case, it's definitely talking about duality again, balancing those parts within us. We see the 2 towers there. In this case, they're not actually towers, they're lighthouses. Y'all know lighthouse is one of my favorite symbols. I used to have a little lighthouse charm that I would wear that would remind me to be the light. I don't know what happened to that charm, but I love lighthouses. And so here we have 2. Interesting. I would still see that as duality. If you're at sea and you see 2 lighthouses, you've got to make a choice. Which one are you going to aim your boat at? Which one are you going to focus on? Okay. Definitely going to go to the book because I just want to see why they're using the symbology of, why do I keep putting my book down in a different spot every time? Somebody answer why Valerie is so off kilter. Don't answer that. I'm just joking. That's rhetorical. The Moon. Let's see. I just want to see real quickly why we have young and old. Oh, it is kind of the same. Okay, so my bad. It's not a cub and a mother. It says, on the shore, entranced by the dragon of the moon, sits her feline audience, a curious house cat, domesticity, and a noble tiger, wildness. So it is still the same 2 aspects. I didn't realize that was a house cat. That doesn't really look like a house cat to me. Meow. All right. So it's the same duality, the domesticated and the wild aspects. And then, so we've got the Lovers, the Moon. What is all of this pointing us towards? The week or the completion of this read? How is Spirit wrapping this all up for us? And I love it. The universe. Card number 21, also known as the World for you traditional tarotists. And this is the last card of the major arcana. So card number 21 is definitely about completion. What happens with this card, the world or the universe as it's called in this deck, is it's one cycle ending and you are immediately stepping into the next cycle. So don't think you're going to get a breather. That's something you're going to have to manifest for yourself. But that is one cycle ending and immediately stepping into the next cycle, but it's what you've asked for. That's spirit telling me it's what you've asked for. That's not me. That's spirit saying it's what you've asked for. So don't worry about it. What do you mean I'm not going to have a chance to catch my breath? 21 completion. I'm sitting and listening to see if there's any other messages that come through. I'm just going to go to the book on this one. I'm just going to make it easy for myself. Spirit, what do you want us to know about this card? The unblinking eye of the great dragon captures and enthralls. It is wise and wild, finite, yet vast enough to hold the entire universe. Galaxy upon galaxy, this is the elemental expanse from which all come and to which all return. I love it. The message: dive deep, immerse yourself in the infinite, and know its wonder. You are but a mote lost in the great dragon's eye, and you have found your way home. You have found your way home. That's the second reference to finding your way home. The first one was in the Lover's card about that sense of home and belongingness when you find an equal complement to yourself. Interesting cards. Loving it, loving it. Okay, let me check over in the chat. Okay, awesome. I'm going to sip some more coffee. All right. We're going to move on to, oh, pretty good timing. We're right at 11:30. We're going to move on to Oracle cards. And as we have been doing recently over the last couple of months, I'm going to ask you if there's anything that you are seeking additional guidance on. You feel like you came with a question to today's reading, and maybe you feel like it's not completely answered, or you would like some additional insight. Put your questions, your topics, if you just want to keep it broad, over in the chat, please. I will try my best to read the chat, and if something comes through from Spirit that seems specific to your question, I will answer it. But I do feel that once we put it out there, Spirit will get to it. Spirit will get to it in one way or another. So we're going to move on to the Oracle cards, allowing Spirit to weave its message in between the cards and what goes on. I'm looking at what's over in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, let me just fill you in to what one of the participants put in the chat. Valerie, fix my daddy issues. And then they said, just kidding, they were joking. Fix my daddy issues. Oh, Lord. Y'all would not believe the stuff that I get asked as a psychic medium. It is quite entertaining. Let's see, we have that divine feminine. So let's see if we can bring in some divine feminine energy that will help put us in a more receptive mode. Some of y'all know I also do readings in an online app. So that is also a way that you can find me if you need a quick read. But I do readings in an online app, and that's a little bit different because that's not like people who have found me through my work. It's people who are just clicking and randomly picking me as a reader. So I get all kinds. Y'all would not believe some of the questions I get asked. So fix my daddy issues. That one's not too hard of a question, actually. Okay, let's see. Let's see if Spirit can help fix your daddy issues. We're going to Isis Oracle. I will keep that message in the back of that question in the back of my head. And we'll see if anything comes through. But I am going to go to Isis Oracle, which is an Alana Fairchild Oracle deck. This is with the idea of bringing in more divine feminine energy and instruction on how we can be more receptive. How can we be more allowing? Because we have been doing a lot of 50 years of asking. I should say 51. I should start saying 51 since my birthday is this month. 51 years of asking. And how many of y'all have been doing something very similar? Asking for a long time and feeling like maybe sometimes I get some of what I want, but I never get all of what I want. I never get the full and complete manifestation or answer to my question. How many of y'all feel like that? Because I'm here to say times are changing, energy is shifting. And it's always, always, always been about you not being receptive enough to allow those things that you have been asked for. But times are changing in such a way that Spirit is like, enough. enough. Let me give you all the tools you need. Let me give you all the pathways, all of the energy, all of the helpers you need to finally start living the way I intended you to live when you were created. So things are shifting. Energy is swirling around you in a vortex to help you finally get to that point that makes you feel joyful in what you have manifested and what you have allowed into your life. So trust that if you trust nothing else. Even if you're saying, I've been at this for 50 years, I don't see it changing anytime soon. Well, guess what? You just put that out to the universe, and the universe said, your wish is my command. Nothing will change for you anytime soon. However, if you're one of those people that are just fed up, now is your time. Because Spirit is saying, enough is enough. I hear you. Here's all of everything you need to make a change. Magic and ritual. Crafting sacred practice is our card from Isis Oracle. Magic and ritual. I'm going to read the italicized portion, and then y'all see how long it is. I'm not going to read all of that, but we will find what messages Spirit wants us to hear from this message, from this card. So the italicized portion. Oh, I feel like this is what I just said. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. This message could not be more spot on. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Magic and ritual can support your divine path in the physical world, and you are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice. The results that you experience will encourage you to continue with the practice as you grow in power, grace, love, ability, and wisdom, and apply your inner beauty to transform your outer world. For some reason, Spirit is bringing my attention to the word power. Grow in power. And there's an italicized, a little asterisk coming up, and Spirit is saying, I want y'all to understand, power is not power over your external world. Power is not power over another. Power is always and was always ever intended to be inner power. That inner sense of power that you have, knowing your purpose, knowing what you're here for, knowing what you want to experience, that's power. That inner power, knowing even further that you have the ability to affect what you experience, and you have the ability to change the reality that shows up for you. That's the power that Spirit's talking about. Let's see, what else? For us to grow empowered and potent on the path of ancient feminine power, we need to honor our knowing and being and cultivate sacred practice. Sacred practice becomes the habit of growing our spiritual power and consciousness. I am not going to read this whole thing, but I am going to say that sacred practice means you have a way of connecting to the divine, and you do it regularly. That's going to look different for everybody in this group. You have a way of connecting to the divine, and you do it regularly. You don't do it just when you're under duress. You don't do it just when you're worried or stressed about something. You do it regularly. That's what a practice means. So are you doing that? Because Spirit is saying this is the way to get to the life that you've been asking for. Do you have a regular practice of connecting with that which is greater than yourself? Let's see what else it says. If you have recently started sacred practice, this oracle is confirmation that it is working well for you and that you should not give up, even if you are not seeing the results that you had hoped for. They are coming for you fast. This oracle is also confirmation that if you are considering making an adjustment in your sacred practice, it might be time to do so, provided that you don't dismiss the gains that you have already made with your current practice, and you remember that sometimes small changes have big effects. I love that. Let's see. Do we need to read anything else? As long as your practice includes invocation or prayer to divine forces of unconditional love, provides a structure through which divine energy can flow, and it feels natural and right for you, then it will work for you. I love that. So find a way that works for you, that when you sit, in this practice, you feel the connection and you feel the flow of infinite wisdom, universal life force, whatever that is, however that shows up for you. Does it have to be 30 minutes, an hour every day, sitting with a candle in a dark room? No, it can be 5 minutes in the morning where you say, Spirit, are we linked up? And Spirit says yes. And you sit for that for about 5 minutes and you go about your day. It does not have to be drastic. It does not have to be some ritual with a bunch of candles and crystals. It can be simple, it can be easy, but it needs to be something that fits you, that makes you truly feel connected. Otherwise, it's not serving its purpose. All right, what other oracle? Let's see. Not able to, somebody says, I often feel like I have ADHD, not able to focus on what I want. How do I focus? I do have ADHD, and I don't know what is going on with the energies of recent. I think it's just a lot of unrest, a lot of apprehension. I feel that in the collective, and I think that has just sent my ADHD off the chain. So for me, and if anybody else has a neurodivergent brain, for me, I just have to, because I know that's present, I have to really just take more times out of my day to focus myself back on what I want to be focused on, to kind of sit and create my own bubble. I'm compassionate and I'm aware of what's going on in the collective, but at the same time, if I'm not right, I'm not doing any service to the collective. So I have to kind of create that bubble and refocus. Sometimes it's just moment by moment. Segment intending is a trick that Abraham Hicks talks about regarding manifestations, but it has also greatly helped me in focusing my neurodivergent brain. And that is setting up segments throughout the day. Okay, this segment, I know I have to get ready for magical money manifestations, and I know I have to set my sacred space. And this segment is its own thing, and let me just focus on this. And then after that, maybe I need to focus on lunch and eating. I always forget to eat on Mondays, y'all. So maybe that's my next segment, is making sure I eat lunch. And then, so it's just taking it segment by segment and making sure that while you are in the segment or before you enter into the segment, you're really focused. And call in your spirit guides. They know how your brain works. They are wanting to help you stay focused so that you can live the life that you came here to live. Call for your spirit guides. Call for your helpers. Call for Archangel Michael to wave that sword and cut out any thoughts and any distractions that are not serving you. I use Archangel Michael all the time, especially when I can't focus my thought. I'll sit and I'll imagine that sword waving over my head and cutting away any distracting energies and thoughts that just aren't serving me in the moment. And then just refocusing on what I want to focus on. So hopefully that helps. I too have been experiencing a little bit more scatterbrainedness. Is that a word? I just made it a word. And I don't know what it is. So it's interesting that someone else brought that up because I thought it was just me. Where else do we need to go? Oh, let's go to Voice of the Souls. I haven't done that in a while. I do see your message, Jacqueline. Thank you. Voice of the Souls Oracle is an oracle that gives you the perspective from 3 different vantage points. The first vantage point being, I believe, your spirit guides. As if, your soul might be for, it doesn't matter. It's your soul is one of the vantage points, as if your soul is talking to you. Your guides, as if your spirit guides are talking to you. And then the last one is the entity. And the entity usually represents someone who has incarnated in human form and is no longer on the human side, is now in spirit. And they're giving you that vantage point or that perspective of someone who used to be human and is no longer human. So let's see, what do we need guidance on today? We need guidance on coffee. Okay, what do we need guidance on today, Spirit? Interesting. I wouldn't have thought we would go here, but there must be a message. Physical pain, 29. Perhaps this is something that the collective is experiencing. Physical pain. What do we need to know about physical pain? Card number 29. Your soul. This is what your soul wants you to know about physical pain. You don't listen to your physical body. They started out right away just fussing at us. You don't listen to your physical body. You ask your physical body to go along with you. You don't listen to its own rhythm. By not listening to it, you don't listen to me. This is your soul. By not listening to it, you don't listen to me. Your physical body may be trying to express itself through tension or unpleasant feelings. The point is not to bother you, but to help you pay attention. Take time to listen to your body. Become aware of your sensitive areas and develop an understanding of the discomfort you may feel. Let yourself be in a new connection with your life intermediary, which is your body. By scattering you in your outer life, part of you is trying to flee something. But your body is the seat of your soul. Take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself, listen to us both, so we may once again be a heroic and supportive team. This is what your spirit guides want you to know about physical pain. You are an important grounding energy. Today, you're creating new outer foundations. This is asking for a lot of organization from you. We invite you to listen to your body to create balance between your inner and outer worlds. The next 2 months will be important to create new foundations for yourself. Take time to ground yourself through mindfulness, meditation, meditative walks, physical activities, or being in the present moment. You can also write down all you wish to accomplish and the steps you need to take to build what matters to you. The next 2 months will be rich in signs and important events. We are sending you many signs under different forms. These will especially be outer signs because we invite you to build. Trust in everything you see unfolding around you. We are here by your side. And then the entity. My soul was disconnected from my physical body and I felt pain from that. Today I am free. I no longer feel this pain. I am in unconditional love, which is just beautiful. For a long time, pain was my loyal traveling companion. Anybody have that loyal traveling companion? I would say I do, but that's lower back pain. I didn't think I could create a different relationship with it. And when this entity says, I didn't think I could create a different relationship with it, what that shows up as in our everyday life is, oh, I'm just getting older. Oh, that's just natural. Oh, I had that accident back in 83. That's what that's from. No, it's not. You had the accident in 83. Your back isn't still hurting because of that accident. Your back is still hurting because every morning you wake up and you say to your body, remember that accident in 83? And your body says, yep, we remember it. Let us show you how we remember it. If you woke up tomorrow and you didn't make reference to that accident in 83, I guarantee you your pain would start to dissipate. I know this because I've lived this. So this is spirit reminding me as well. Your back doesn't hurt because of that car accident. Mine wasn't in 83. Your back hurts because you keep reminding your body about that car accident and your body keeps obliging. So that's what it looks like when we say, I didn't think I could create a different relationship with it. It's those dismissive thoughts that we have that there's no way I can change this. This is just something I have to live with. The more time passed, the more I felt it deep within my flesh. Today, I want you to know that I feel much better. I want you to be in a new energy with your physical body. Over the next few days, pay close attention to your left hand. This is how I will make my presence known. Through warmth, a caress, or tingling. I am here so you may create a new union with yourself. So you may no longer be counseled by pain or move forward with force. I wish for gentleness to be your greatest ally. You can do it. I am with you to help. What a beautiful message from Spirit and from entities on the other side. All right, what are you recreating in your life that you would like to let go of? What we call them cycles and patterns, we call them subconscious beliefs. I heard Bashar in a recording yesterday, some of y'all know who I'm talking about, that said, once you identify it as a habit or you identify it as a pattern, it is no longer a habit or a pattern, it is a choice. So when you say, I have a pattern of not paying my bills until the due date has passed. I don't know why I do that. Or I have a habit of not answering my phone on the first ring, or whatever you say it is. Once you identify it as a habit or a pattern, it is no longer that, it is a choice. And that really hit me because I was like, how many things have I been calling a habit? It's not a habit. Once I know about it, it's a choice. If it's something I'm doing on repeat and I am consciously unaware of it, then it's a habit, then it's a pattern, then it's a subconscious belief. The instant I become aware of it, it becomes a choice from that point forward. So, what choices are you making that you would like to change? All right, let's see. The universe has your back. Is that where we want to go? We got 10 minutes left. I don't know if I got to daddy issues. Love yourself. That's the that's the catch-all. That's the end-all be-all. Answer always. Love yourself. Spirit, do you have anything else that you would like to convey to this audience who might be dealing with issues with their daddy? I'm getting two cards from this deck. So let's see what the cards say first, and then I'll see if any messages come through. I usually only get one card each from the Oracle deck. This is kind of an Oracle deck. It doesn't have a guidebook, so it's more like affirmation cards. But this is The Universe Has Your Back from Gabrielle Bernstein. And the first card, I've got to read the first card, then I will turn it around. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. I'm going to read that one more again because that was good. And that's reminding me of that lover's card, a deeper meaning to that lover's card. The capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. That last one feels really important. Oh, let me show you the card. There we go. Just pretty flowers. And then the next one, I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. I have this Spotify playlist, and I think some of the songs are just automatically checked on based on some of the other songs I like. That plays in the morning when I let it. I usually shut it off because sometimes it's annoying, but it plays in the morning when my alarm goes off. And one of the songs that came on today was, God, I wish I could remember it now. I want to get the lyrics specific, but it was, It's All About Me. Those are not the exact lyrics, but that was it for the whole song. It was to a really catchy beat, but all he said over and over again was, "I'm focused on me. I'm focused on me. I'm focused on me. I'm focused on me." That was the entire song. There were no other lyrics, and I'm really thinking about that as I read that last card about creating clear boundaries and focusing on the energy of love. The other message that talked about turning within and finding that inner balance before you look for that counterpart outside of yourself. Focus on yourself, focus on yourself, focus on yourself. But also, some of us think we are focused on ourselves when we are just tending to ourselves. But if we're still doing things, if tending to ourselves still involves a schedule or a checklist or actions that we're taking that we don't enjoy, then we're not focused on ourselves. And a lot of you who have jobs are saying, I understand what you're saying, but I have the job to go to, and that job is my livelihood, and that's how I pay my rent, and that's how I enjoy these other things. So I'm going to do this one little thing that I don't like because it lets me do all the other things that I do like. Fine. Many people live their entire life that way. Is that the life you want to live, though? Because Spirit is now stepping up and giving us a choice to live life differently, collectively and individually. Are we going to keep accepting the portion of our lives that we know we do not like? Anytime someone asks us about this portion of our life, We got a long list of bitching and we can rattle it off by memory. I don't like the pay. I don't like the boss. I don't like the coworkers. Or maybe it's about a relationship. I don't like this. I don't like that about this person. Or maybe it's about our money. I hate that I have to work so hard and I don't get this money and they tax it before I get it and then they tax it when I spend it. We have that portion of our life that we do not like and we accept it and we put up with it because we tell ourselves, well, it's only this much. And this much discomfort allows me all of the other comfort. Okay, but there is another way to live. And Spirit is aggressively trying to show us the other way to live. And that other way to live is about putting yourself first, putting your hopes, wishes, dreams, desires first, deciding what you want, and then making yourself unavailable for anything that does not match that decision. Does that sound like something that is very, very challenging to do? Maybe. How bad do you want the life you've been saying you want? Okay, let's wrap it up with one last card. I felt a little preachy today, y'all. Let me step back down off myself. I think I stacked 2 soapboxes up right there. Let me step down before I fall because I'm not real good with that coordination. I want to go to a lighthearted deck to close things up. Let's go to Inner Fucking Peace because I do not see my Rebel deck unicorn. Inner Fucking Peace. What do we need to know? What does our inner being want us to know about how we can cultivate inner love, inner peace? More of what lights us up. Embrace your tiny inner Buddha. Awaken to tiny, beautiful things at every fucking turn. Sometimes we are so focused on the big things that we forget the tiny steps, the tiny miracles. I promise you, if you started appreciating, noticing, sending gratitude towards those tiny miracles, your entire life will be one big miracle. So don't blaze past those tiny miracles, those tiny, beautiful things. The other card, no less than the fucking stars. Oh, this is gonna answer the daddy issue. We finally got to it. Okay, we got 3 minutes left. This is gonna answer the daddy issue question. No less than the fucking stars. Who is your daddy? You are a child of the universe. There's your daddy issues right there. Your father, your daddy, your biological sperm donor, if you have issues with them, is a conduit for your existence in this human plane. They did their job. They did their job to the best that they could. Your true father, your true origin, you are a child of the universe. So how can you bless the conduit through which you came into this universe while still acknowledging that you are truly a child of the universe? You were truly created before you were even a sperm, before you were even an egg. Your creation was thought of way before that. And the sperm and the egg that came together was just your conduit to entering into this 3D world. So bless them for whatever they did. At least you're here now. Sometimes that's what we have to get back. Sometimes there is nothing good we can find about people except the fact that they donated a sperm and our egg to our existence. If that's all you can find, bless that, because the more you bless that, the more blessings will come to your way. Find something that you can appreciate about that individual and forget all the rest. And that's how you create the magical life. Focusing on the positive. Okay, that's what I have for you. I'm waiting to see. The links on my website don't work. Would love to get a personal reading from you. Roxy, can you send me, I'm not sure what's going on my website, but I would definitely check that. Roxy, can you drop me your email address and I'll send you a direct link? I don't know what's going on with that. And then other than that, okay, you guys, it's November. What do you want to manifest? Serious question. Serious question that deserves serious thought, serious contemplation. Write it down. I know some of y'all are saying, I'll get to it later. I'll jot it down later. Write it down because the universe is saying now is your time. It's been saying it for a while. It's been saying it to me for a while. And now Spirit is getting more emphatic with me, so I'm getting more emphatic with the groups that I share with. It is your time. Get specific, get detailed, make a decision so that Spirit can get behind us. And why is this so important? If you are here, you are a light worker, period. And if you are a light worker, you are one of those lighthouses that stands at sea that shows other people the way. How are we going to show other people the way if we're still busy not finding our own way? That's why it's so important for us to step up and truly listen to what Spirit is saying and truly start creating our lives. All right. I love you all. It's 12 o'clock. I will see you back here, not next week because I'll be in Denver in 2 weeks. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great week. Manifest your life.